Hello, everybody. All right, I'm out of the bed. Finally, it's tough getting up because I've been gutted like a fish. What happened to me, they left a 12-inch or 13-inch slash through my belly, 4 inches wide, 3 or 4 inches deep. It's disgusting. And then they had to pack it. So I have to live with this open wound and heal from the inside out. So that's what I'm doing. It's pretty rough. The devil did not win. All he did was enhance and help God's glory to be brought out. Everything he does to come against you, God turns to good. I pray that this is turned into a blessing. I believe it will be. I already think it has. This is my third video in here. I wanted to give a little description of the tree of life, if I can. The tree of life is a fifth dimensional tree, just like I said. And God showed me this tree, and it's like a tree, but it's a fifth dimensional tree. It's hard to explain. Where you have colors, and the colors have sounds, and the sounds mean other things, and the sounds are communications. And the only way to describe it, I'll give a light description here before I want to go rest again. He showed me how it connects to the earth. And this tree, the roots of it connect to the earth, and the top of it connects to heaven. What happens is the roots of this tree that are connected to the earth are connected to each individual territory and place. That's where we are involved. That's why we are all born and put in certain places. We're like leaves on this tree, all of us. And sometimes people are taken out at a younger age because the branches died and the leaf wants to be saved, and God wants to save that leaf. And the colors will stay there. He showed me those colors. And sometimes that leaf dies, just like a leaf on a tree. And when that leaf dies, those colors, they will be gone and the leaf will be dead, and it's still connected to God no matter what. It's like it's got a aura around the leaf that's connected to God no matter what. That doesn't ever leave, because these are impressions from this tree that are all connected to God. And this tree, what dies on it stays there. Like it's they're giving it a layman's terms. If you walk in and you see a tree, and you see that in your yard or whatever, and one section of the tree dies off and one limb dies, and you'll notice that the leaves will start falling off that section. And then as that section, you'll see the limb die, and then the next thing you know, that the limb is no longer making leaves. And then over time, that tree limb will fall off. And that's where you get the dead limbs falling in the yard. The tree of God is no different than that, except for the limbs don't fall off. They're still connected to God. And God showed me how people are. Like, you got pastors, and you got wonderful people that have a good connection to God. And as they're praying during the day and sleeping at night, and their reconnection and their reboot that we have to have, they do it very well. Mankind has forgotten how to do this since the fall. But a lot of people have this really good connection with him, and those are the strong branches. Those are the bigger branches. Because when God showed me this tree, there was parts of it that were dead completely and black, okay? Because when the tree's brown, the leaves are brown. I mean, the limbs are brown, but some are black. Those are the ones that the devil and the enemy and everything have killed off, those branches. But there's still little leaves around it with auras, because those are all connected to God. Those were people and souls that are still connected, that God has connected to. And what God wants to do is, at one point, he's going to have to trim and prune this tree. It's going to have to be pruned. So I noticed when God was showing me how he lifted me up through my hometown of Palestine and brought me through it, and I got to see the whole tree inside and out. I got to see why I was where I was at, and how we are all connected together, and how each one of us, our ancestries, that's why people think they're reincarnated. They're not. Those are spirits that are from the tree of life that are connected through us, and we are connected together. And the enemy, the devil, likes to confuse, and he wants to destroy this tree. So when Adam ate of the tree, I believe he showed me that if Eve would have ate of the tree, of course, and Adam didn't, it would have made a dead branch. One little dead branch, God would have clipped it off. He'd have started over with another woman, okay? Yeah, the tree wouldn't have got infected with that. That's easy fixed. But when Adam did, a big, strong branch Adam was. Oh, big, strong. Adam did that. He created an infection in the tree that's lasted from the beginning until now and until the end. And that infection has spread, and these demons and these demonic forces and these fallen angels, they're influencing all around to destroy this tree a lot. They want to destroy and kill this tree that is connected from earth to God. So he showed me one portion, and one portion I looked at and I saw it. And when you're talking to God, what happens is he has your answers before you ask, and he knows what you're going to ask. He talked to me for a long time, and I mean a long time, more than once while I've been in here, and the communication's great. He's taught me, and he said, I said, God, how come, and he's already answered. He's like, but by the time he finished our conversation after 2 days, or two separate times, he talked to me for a while, I was learning, and he says, you're starting to learn to communicate with me, because I started getting it all fast. I started getting all this information real fast. And these branches that I had that came off, I looked at one portion. I'll make this a short video. This one portion I looked at, the branches were real big. And they were real big, but there was little tiny leaves, and a lot of them had oars around them, and it was like a dead section. It was the largest of the tree. It was the largest section of the whole tree. And I started to ask God, and I already knew the answer. Because God was talking to me, and he told me when he was talking to me that he says, this is why we don't communicate to God talking, because it takes too long. He said, you're going to have to learn to get my downloads. You're going to have to learn to where you do this. So, God doesn't like taking that much time. He has to. I mean, not that he don't like it, but he doesn't have to. And it's so slow, and it's such a slow process that it's like, when you're asking a question, whereas you get a download, it's like, it's done. Okay? That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way our communication is supposed to be. But I looked at this and I saw that, and I knew right then, boom, this is when God said, you're getting it. I said, that's the church. It was the church. The church was the large, and I understood all of it, and God said, now you're getting it. Yeah, now you're getting it. I'll tell y'all more later, but I needed to, while that was on my mind, I was expressing that, to let it go, because I have to express these things as they come out. There's a lot of information he gave me. Oh, so much information. I mean, so much that I have to reveal it slowly to the public, because y'all can't communicate with me the way I would telepathic and everything. We have to use our voices. We have to talk in layman's terms, and God said that's one of my blessings. I can talk in layman's terms where most anybody can understand, so I get it. But I remember that conversation was so beautiful whenever I saw the church and saw the branches and how they were dead. The branches were all dead. It was the largest portion of the tree that was dead, and it was a church.